Welcome to Stacy J Studio. It's Sunday Sit-Down here today, where we all gather and love to play. Subscribe, like, and share, just to let me know that you care.
Hi, I'm Stacy J, and this is my studio, and I'd like to welcome you to Sit Down Sundays with Stacy J. Welcome everybody. Welcome if you're coming back and you've watched me a few times with my Sit Down Sundays or my Friday sews or my sewalongs, and welcome to anybody that's new. I have a big huge welcome to everybody that has joined me in the last 3 days since that wonderful vlog collab with Ruan. I've had a few additions to my subscription amount, so thank you very, very much. It is sorry, leaning over because the dogs are now up because I'm just started recording and Willow wanted out. Yay! Mr. Christopher is off. He is doing something on a job, so I should not be disturbed from him, which is usual, but the dogs are still in town. Sit Down Sundays. What am I going to talk about today? Well, I've been thinking about it, and ever since, you should see what I'm wearing. I feel so sloppy today. Sit Down Sundays require no makeup and barely anything in the hair, which there isn't today, but it's just in the raw. I've been in the sewing room today actually sewing a bag. It's a quiver bag from Country Cows, and why my eyes are in that direction is that's where my bag is. Actually, I'll go and get it and bring it to you before I sit down and chat about what I want to chat about. I'll bring the Queenie one I made as well, the little one. Oops, it comes with a tail. Oops. Okay. So I made this little one for Queenie. You guys would have seen it before, and it's going to hold her phone in it so she doesn't smash it on the tailgate of her car. I've actually just shortened this. This wraps around the whole body, and you got two choices of which shoulder you want to hold it onto. And I decided I'm going up to see Queenie on Friday. I think she said 5 sleeps. Eek. Right, and I made this one, and this is the little one. So there's a good comparison between the two. Seriously. Wait there. Talk amongst yourselves for 5 seconds while this other dog comes in. On your bed. No. Nobody needs to go into the house. On your bed, please, miss. Okay, now the reason I did wear my Marlowe jumper down, did I change the subject? Yes. So this is, she's going to tic-tac around the room because it's got wooden floors and she tic-tacs on them in it. So it's got my 2 flamingos. Now when I made this bag for Queenie and I put the flamingos on it, I knew I had to make something for me with my flamingos on it. So, and I'm not, I usually use a brass or a black hardware, but these came in this colour. I do need to get them in other colours but look at them, they're amazing, aren't they? And I made it with the Technicoloured pink zipper. They're not the best quality zippers, but it is really nice and it goes really nicely with that. On the inside I have rustic sunflowers, and then I put a nice yellow around the edging. Bias binding. Because I was super lazy, I couldn't be bothered making any new bias binding. So I got the bias binding machine by Simplicity. I've had that for a while. I've actually done a review on it. I think it's quite cool, especially if you do lots of bias binding, and it was tucked away on one of my shelves and I sort of haven't been using it, so now I will. Don't lick me. No. On your bed, please. She's not going to go on her bed. Why don't you listen to me? So, and then I've got the nice big wide strapping. So I didn't make my own shoulder strapping. And I've got the gold to go on it. I just don't have a hook. The hook I did have is this one. I just grabbed it from the shop. See, it's dark. And it was just, there's no shops around here that have them. So I am, I don't know if Thimbles and Thread will have them. But I think I'm going to buy some online and have it so it's made for me. So when I go up there and go to Costco's, I don't know, never been. So Queenie's going to take me there. We're going to go straight from the airport, go up to Auckland, and she's going to take me there. She said, have you got your shopping list? And I said, I have no idea what they sell, because they have nothing online. They don't have anything online, so you can't go in there. So she started reeling off, and I said, I think I just need to walk in there. It sounds like somewhere I went when I went to America back in 97 on the defence bases. They have a great big like shopping centre, and it sounds a bit like that. But also I've been told it sounds a bit like what is that big place in America that has everything's upsized? But yeah, so I'm quite excited to see about that. Yes, and just to chillax, I'm going to take my my itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini. Well, actually it's black and white, and it's like a full ruched body, not a bikini. Nobody wants this half naked. No. So, but they got a spa there, and because it's winter, when I hop out of a spa, I feel very waterlogged. I feel very core hot and waterlogged, I think is what it is. So, but I'll be sitting there soaking up with the Queenie, so I'm happy with that. Either that or they'll have a chair for me outside, and I've got to run backwards and forwards to get the drinks. And right now I'm thinking, oh, excuse me, that's Timu is going off on my watch. Right, so what I thought I'd talk to you about today, why I wore my Marlowe cardigan down here, my short one. I'll just stand up and show you my short cardigan. That's the short one. Is these buttons, I bought blue ones and I bought 4 because I'm an idiot. I thought there was 4 on it. So I need to swap them over. So I wore this down here to keep me warm before I turn the heaters on, which I still haven't turned the heaters on. And it is 4:20 in the afternoon, so it is actually too late to put the heaters on. So I am a bit chilly really in here, but I'm gonna go through this. I want to go through this with you. Genetics has a huge part to play with everything to do with you anyway, whether it's medically, physically, mentally. Genetics is a thing. And one of the biggest things that I know that's genetically transferred from my parents to me is my body. And I mean, there's a whole heap of crazy that's been genetically passed down, but we'll keep that one at bay. But genetically, I have my mother's side bust. I have my mother's side short-waisted, like high-waisted, okay, and I have my father's side stocky legs, and I have both of them, no bottom. So inverted triangle, but of course the older we get, the more narrow our shoulders get. I don't know how the bone structure just squishes in, but I swear I used to be much broader in the shoulders than I am now. Well, they say when you're 20, you got a broad mind and a narrow waist. When you're in your 50s, you have a narrow mind and a broad waist. I don't have a narrow mind, but it's okay. But you know, that's just a saying I've known for a while. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. Now, we've all seen me wear the NA dress, and we all decided that it's a lost cause, or I was just lost inside it, one of the two. And as much as bless you all for worrying that I made the dress and that I'm heartbroken about it, I'm not. It was an itch I needed to scratch. The itch I needed to scratch was I loved the look of the dress. I loved the look of the dress on the drawn people on it. It's like when you look at a dress and they draw it, I mean, they've got the slimmest waists and the longest bodies, and they fit this outfit fantastically. And then you actually get a model of a picture of a person in it, and it doesn't look the same. Well, it's not going to look the same, is it? It's going to look so much different. If I'm going to draw me, I'm going to have one heck of a shapy booty and a nipped in waist and bootylicious bust and broad shoulders and long legs. That's what I'm going to draw me like. I'm not like that. I am not Mrs. Roger Rabbit. What's her name? Yeah, I'm not her. I am me, and I have my genetics, and I actually know that the NA dress would not, should not have ever been made by me, especially by me to wear. Taking it in at the sides or the hips or the waist, whatever, taking it in changes the whole dynamics of the dress, the way it comes in. So I'm not concerned. So what I wanted to say is I know what I'm meant to wear. I had the pattern. I saw the picture. I had the pattern. I read the reviews. And yes, there are people that look fantastic in it. I'm just not one of them. I'm not. And I'm so stoked with half the comments saying, yeah, no. Bin it. Throw it away. Give it away. Don't do that again. Don't even, no. So what I want to show you is something that I've learned, because I do have that high waist and that the long underneath my waist to my crutch is quite long, and it can be quite unflattering with clothing that doesn't shape in, like princess seams and things like that. That's why I tend to go for those, and normally do go for those, because I know that anything else does not really suit me. I remember once when I was out with a friend, and we went past, I think it was Max, and it was at the time where there were dresses that skirts that on a waistband, and they were full, and little like little cardigans, not cardigans, like little sweaters, like little v-neck sweaters, short sleeve, and they were quite tight. And she said to me, oh God, she had them in her hand, she could go and try these on, go and try them. I said, no. And she said, why not? And I said, no, they just won't suit me. She said, go and try them on. And I'm like, no. And she said, just try it on. I said, for the love of God, it will look horrible on me. And I grabbed it off her. I had to prove a point, and the point was proven. I walked out and she goes, oh my God, get it off. And I went, yeah, you think? I'd already known then that anything that I go from the waist out, no, not so much. I need to go, if I got to have something that I want fullness in, I need to drop down over my hips, and then I can go out, because it is then silhouetted. Now I'm dreaming, silhouetted. No, it's silhouetted my body, and I'm okay with that. I probably shouldn't have made the NA on a collab, but you know what? The other style like I'm making, it's going to be a piece of cake, and it's going to actually really suit me. And I should have made it, because it's one of my make 9s, but I didn't, and so be it. But so I have on to you today. I've got that top I designed. I do have, yes, a thermal top underneath, and I will apologise now because it looks a bit hideous, but it is what it is. Now currently I've been slothing around in this today. I'm just going to step back. You're not going to see my head. You know what it looked like. No great losses, right? So it's like this. I look quite boxy. Nothing relatively over flattering about it. Let me just pull my pants up. Okay, nothing over flattering. This is the other thing with people with no bum. We can't hold our jeans up. It's forever pulling them up. Anyway, so this is how life is. Okay, it has that look about it. Now I normally lean back when I do this, and I just tuck it in just that little bit there, a little French tuck there, and tuck it in. See how that has lengthened my body? You can see it, can't you? Not lengthened, boxy. Yep. And there, tuck it down. And it looks better. It has that whole thing about it. Don't worry about this top, I designed it, and there's flaws all over it about it. I saw it in a movie, and I went, oh, I want to make something like that. So it's meant to be like that. She looks stunning in it. but she also had a long body, so she could handle that and I couldn't. So that's one thing. Now, because I do have a what you lovely ladies call a mum tum, I just call it a big puku. I have been known to just lift it up at the side there, again elongating this part of my body down. See, so far I start there down, okay, and I'm just a block up here doing this, tucking it in, elongates from here down and makes me look longer. And you can't do that with a dress. If I have a dress with a drop waist that comes to here, that goes in. See, I told you I don't go in. That's where my waist is, by the way. See? Boob waist. Boob waist. Crutch. So, and if I do that, it's just a nice little tuck. Now, if I had waisted pants on and I tucked in, it would be sitting up here and it really elongates my body, but it's not always for the better. I should have kept my high-waisted pants on. They were a cord pair of pants I made last year that were high-waisted. Why, Willow? Why? I'm going to let the dog out. Or not. She's now got have you got sheep pig with you? Look, this is what I'm touching. This thing. Why? Why me? Daddy's gone out, eh? So that's what I've learnt over the years to do with my clothes. I actually have to put this back on. I'm so sorry. I have no idea what the temperature is in here, but it's probably about, and anyone in somewhere really hot at the minute, if I say 16 degrees, you're going to say, oh, that's warm. No, it's chilly. It's ice in the air. This morning when I woke up, I looked out the window and it was foggy over about a K away. And then I opened the windows half an hour later and the fog was stuck to the windows. It was saying, I've got you, surrounded. Literally did. So the fog's out. But it's a beautiful crisp blue sky, but chilly willy outside. Anyway, so back to the clothing. So I've learnt that. I've also learnt that with my... I'm going to let this dog out. Talk amongst yourselves. What? Do you want out or not? You can't sit there and make noises and then not go out. I'm going to open this. You girls go. I don't care. Go in there. Do not jump on the couches. Yep. And the other one's going. Well, if she can go inside the house, then I can go inside the house. I just don't trust them in the house. Doors open. At least it's quiet now. So I have learnt that with it. I think to translucent. Oh, actually, Mum and I didn't go to the shops today for fabric. However, Samuel drove over here on his own. They're at their father's at the minute, and he drove over here all by himself. No one else needs to be in the car with him. Scared? So that's what I sort of wanted to sit down and talk to you about today, was genetics and knowing what your knowing how to perfect what you think's not perfect. Okay, because everyone that's upright is perfect. This is who they are. Unless you want to change it yourself, this is what you're dealing with on a day-to-day basis. And so I think that once you learn little tricks of the trade, like doing that half tuck in your jeans, I actually have a friend that is a client that is also a friend. She came over once and I redid her whole entire wedding dress for her to have her vows redone. And she is also same body type as me. So her waist is high. And when I saw her in her wedding dress, I could see all the fabric around her waist, which was sitting there because there was too much fabric between the waist and the hip and the shoulder, so it had a little bubble off it. So that was the first thing I cut out, and it was under bust empire line. So it was, I could unattach it and then reattach it, but I had to actually cover the entire bodice with lace as well. So there was great ways to hide things. It fitted her better than it fitted her on her wedding day. It looked better, it fell better, it sat better, because the person who made it had made it to a pattern. And back, I think 25 years, she just didn't know any better, you know, that she accepted it and that's what it was. It's like going to the shops. You buy something, it wedges up your butt, yeah, and you deal with it. You don't think, well, why is it doing that or anything like that. We're very critical of our own work. We'll make something and we'll ride the same way something does in the shop, and we sort of go, well, what have we done wrong? It's not at all. It's just the way the patterns are made. Take it away, Ernie. Take it away, Ernie. Thank you. Right, so Chris bought them roast chickens, squeaky roast chickens. Anyway, so she comes over one day and she said, I was wondering if you could possibly take this dress in. And it was it came in just under the bust, and then it had the tiers on it. So it had one tier. And she put it on. I said, take it off. I said, promise you never put that on again. She goes, what? I said, no. Thank you. Nah. No. And I said, don't. Promise you won't ever wear that again. And she hasn't. She said she threw it away. She just went, okay. But the good thing was, in the room, in the studio, I actually had a different style to that style. So it was a tiered dress. And I said, I want you to try this one on. And she put it on and said, see the difference? She goes, oh my gosh, yes. And one came out right under her bust, which was meant to be her waist, but not. And it just went straight out, and she just looked like a box. And the other one dropped down further and then went out. And yeah, that's, I think, why I won't make a hope dress for me, because it does that, comes under the bust, and I can't do that. It just very unflattering. Thank goodness I wasn't in the 1800s or the 1600s, whatever. Let's do an era. Bridgerton. Yeah, let's not. I could not. No. Mind you, I would have been in a corset, so they would have found a waist somewhere further down on me. But yeah, but that's one of the things I have to deal with. Another reason that the NA didn't cover and do what it needed to do. So yeah, that was one of the things and I knew it. Go and see what your sister's doing, please. Oh my God, the dogs are mental. They're just free will. They're just doing what they want. Am I allowed to do what I want? No. Dogs can. So that's what I wanted to come in. I wanted to come in and talk about genetics. Genetics is a lot to do with what we become. There's fighting it, and then there's just going, okay, sweet, no worries. I said to somebody once that I have no bottom. They said, you should do squats, that'll get it. Literally, I have no bottom. Bones can't make muscle. Seriously. Like little bones is a bottom. But then I've got solid legs. I was many moons ago engaged to a boy called Bradley. And Bradley played rugby league. And so he was built like a rugby league player, and he had solid thighs. And my mum said to us that if we ever had children, they're going to be like front row forwards. Now, front row forwards apparently are the stocky boys. So I have my dad's thighs, and none of my family has big calves. You know, we've got little calves, well, 35 centimeters. I have to measure them when I make stuff. And so I've never had problems putting boots on. But I've got the solid thighs. So another thing I don't do is, actually, I'll get you to have a look at these jeans. Okay, again, I'll just strip down for you, tuck this in. So these pants are, I don't think it looks too bad tucked in. Maybe it does, I don't know. Okay, so these were skinny jeans. Well, they tapered. I lie. They're not skinny, because I'm not even gonna mock myself there. And then they came down and they were like that. They were joined like that. So they were they were wide, and then they narrowed down, and I looked like I had pegs on my legs. I was like peg leg, right? And so I cut a wedge in it and bootlegged up the jeans. And these, because my thighs are solid, it goes down and then back out, and it doesn't emphasize the bigness up here with the smallness down there. Now I got fluffy boots on, so they're tall, but that's how tight they were going. So it was a bit redonkulous. Hang on a sec, I'll get a pin. It was a bit redonkulous about, and I just whipped it up the side and shoved a wedge in some old jeans that I had no longer control over how they could get up my thighs or not get up my thighs. Now Mabel's just seen another dog walk past, or the neighbours are out with their birds and their dogs. Okay, so they sort of went down like that. Okay, and it looked, I've pulled it to the side, so it's sort of to give it the tightness, and especially with the boots underneath, just having that bulk up the top and then coming down. It was too high, too low, too high. It didn't suit me. So I did that because my thighs were bigger than my calves, and there was no even balance, especially coming up here and being big here as well, that it did that for me, to me. So yeah, I cut them open and love them. Wear them all the time. This one's got rivets all over it, and there's a couple of blingy rivets I popped into them, and a rivet came out, so now I have a hole in my jeans, but hey. And this one here is a peacock, and that was on a pillowcase of mine when I was a child, and my mum gave it to me, and I went, well, what the heck am I going to do with that? So I cut it out and I sewed it onto my jeans. I appliqued it, or applique. We say applique. So yeah, that's Chris. I'm ignoring him now. He just had to shoot off to work. So that is what I wanted to talk to you about, and about the fact that although we look at patterns, are you joking? Although we look at patterns and we love them, we know that we've got to know when to draw the line, especially if you're going to go out and buy special fabric for it. And I mean, I do this for a living, and so sewing for me is just, I just do it. And I wanted to scratch an itch, and I knew it wasn't going to suit. So don't waste your time if you think it's not going to suit you, or make it up in something and get it out of your brain. It's out of my brain now, which is really, really cool. I haven't thrown it away. I haven't taken the buttons off, but I haven't given Mum a chance to trial it on and see if she wants it. Also reminding that my mum and I have the same body shape. Okay, so, or body type, I should say. So yeah, so at the end of the day, but Mum loves to put layers and layers on. She layers her clothes, which is her style. My style's not that. Oh, my style is untucking the shirt from my jeans. Right, so I'm going to go because these dogs are going to do your head in as much as me, and I will take and see you later. Mabel, Willow, please don't. Pretty please, just be quiet. Oh. Now Mabel want to go out because she knows that Willow's just got downstairs to where our neighbours are. Anyway, I'm going to leave you on the sit down Sunday. I want you to stay well, stay warm, stay dry, keep cool, keep on sewing, hydrate. And have no regrets. None. None. How pink is that? It's so pink, it's so cool. Thanks everybody for watching. Thank you all for subscribing that have subscribed just recently. So I had over 2.something K of people viewing the collab, and I think I had maybe just under 300 subscribed. Ratio's a bit weird, a bit off. Don't forget, it costs nothing to subscribe, and it just, well, it makes my day. Hey, if you've noticed, let me know what you think of the jingle. I made this one up in bed this morning, and a new beginning and all that sort of stuff, and I did make it a little bit longer just so that you could hear the jingle out for funsies. You know me, I'm all for funsies. And I will catch you guys next time I'm looking at the screen. Don't forget to comment. Thanks, see ya.
Subscribe, like and share, just to let me know that you care.